with this Dillian Whyte WBC arbitration going on, it's looking increasingly likely that Joyce could actually be the next man to set foot in the ring against the Gypsy King Tyson Fury and challenge for his WBC World Heavyweight title. You've certainly heard the likes of Frank Warren, Bob Arum, Joyce himself, of course, talk about that potential fight. I'm not sure if I've heard Tyson Fury mention it thus far, but you can see why all those people would want it, because it's an in-house fight. Joyce is with Frank Warren. Tyson Fury, of course, is with Frank Warren. And it will be the first time that Tyson Fury has fought in the UK if this fight goes ahead, assuming it's in the UK, right? Because he's got a pretty big American fan base now, Tyson Fury. But assuming it's in the UK, it'll be the first time the Gypsy King has fought on home soil since, when was it, a Pianetta fight? I can't remember what year that was, 2018 or something like that. So yeah, it's not a bad fight at all. And in fact, there are a lot of people out there who believe that Joyce has got a better chance than Dillian Whyte. I'm not 100% sure if he has, because styles make fights. I'm not saying that Dillian Whyte is better than Joyce or Joyce is better than Dillian Whyte. I'm just saying styles make fights, and Dillian Whyte does certain things better than Joe does certain things better than Dillian. It is what it is. But anyway, if the fight does take place, I'll certainly be picking Tyson Fury. Joyce is a big guy, strong, athletic. He's clunky, but he's athletic, right? He can move around the ring fast. He's got quick feet, but not the quickest hands. And he's very stiff and just awkward looking in the way he moves. Very reminiscent of a young George Foreman. Young Foreman used to move in a very similar way to Joyce, only a young George Foreman, even an old George Foreman, weren't as big as Joyce. Right? Joyce really is a ginormous human being. So I'm not saying he's got no chance at all. And I think the fact that Tyson Fury has changed his style somewhat under Javon Sugar Hill. Well, I keep calling him Javon Sugar Hill. I never realized that he actually changed his name legally to Sugar Hill Stewart in memory of his uncle. So yeah, Sugar Hill Stewart, I keep calling him Javon Sugar Hill. Tyson Fury has changed his style somewhat under Sugar Hill Stewart, and he's more aggressive now. You would imagine that would give Joyce a better chance, because the slick Tyson Fury of old, who used to box and move and, make you miss all the time, would have been an absolute nightmare for Joyce. I mean, this new version of Fury might still be a nightmare, but I feel like the old version would have been a bigger nightmare and would have made him look very clunky and awkward, even more so than he normally does. So I'll certainly be picking Tyson Fury either way, but I'd like to know what you guys think of the fight. Do you think that Joyce could be a dark horse against Tyson Fury and give him more problems than most of us realize? Are any of you out there actually going to pick Joyce to win? And what do you feel about the fight compared to Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte? If this got made in February rather than Fury versus Whyte, would you be okay with that? Or would you rather see Dillian Whyte? And I'm not talking about whether Dillian Whyte deserves his shot next. Okay, I'm just talking about which matchup you prefer to see, which one you think is going to be better, which one you think is going to be more exciting or more interesting. Let me know in the comments below. Before I go, I want to give a big shout out to Andreas Mishley, owner of Zone Gym over there in Wood Green. Congratulations on winning your court case, and big respect for standing up and doing what's right in a time of unprecedented ignorance, naivety, and downright cowardice. So big up. Come and join me on Patreon and access my weekly no-holds-barred, censorship-free podcast where we lift the lid on a wide range of controversial topics. It's not mainstream friendly, it's not politically correct, but that's the whole point. We dare to stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. Just head on over to my Patreon page and select the tier called Hatman Hot Topics. You'll gain access to a minimum of 2 hours of exclusive content every single week, including podcasts, videos, interviews, live stream Q&A sessions, as well as my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. Not to mention a vast back catalog of hundreds of hours of previous episodes. You can listen via the Patreon app with the option to download in high quality MP3. We've also got a Discord server where you can come and chat and hang out with myself and other members. There's no contract, no commitment, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.